Okay, guys, first and foremost, none of these are recommendations. Look, how did I, aside from my wife working, how am I able to be a stay-at-home dad? Well, I used my life savings. All the money that I saved up my whole life, I said, look, this is an experience I want to try. And let me do it. Let me put my money where my mouth is. Okay, I don't know. I'm trying to look. I will always love. No, I've always loved Bollywood movies. So I'm like trying to. I'm not Indian, okay? But what if I had to play an Indian role? You know, people don't talk about that. I'm like, look, is that okay? Country of India. No, this is okay, guys. Look, this is not a recommendation. I buy stocks really silly ways, and I'm sharing just like my thought process. Okay, so, and I'm doing that now because what I'm saying is over the course of the last 8-ish years, I've kind of like liquidated the majority of things that I own, right? But now, look, I feel like things are gonna get better. That's how I feel. So I'm like, I'm sharing where I'm at with stocks. I'm not. Please, this is not a recommendation, okay? I'm just using this for my personal development and for comedy, and like, you know what? I think it's interesting to document how companies can change. Like, I have some ideas here. Look, I bought a share of Playboy. I didn't know Playboy was an actual stock. So shout out to them. Look, they got look. They got 588 employees. They were founded in 1953 in Los Angeles, California. And the CEO is Ben Khan. There's a Khan Academy, so shout out to them too. My son, he goes to Khan Academy. He's learning stuff. All I'm saying is, if you guys did, if you modernized the Playboy experience, and what I mean by that is, what about Amazon? What if you did like a Amazon version? Look, I don't think I own Amazon stocks. That's why I'm like, no, but I was just thinking, look, Playboy, now that I'm a shareholder, look, Playboy, now that I'm a shareholder, Mr. Khan, I'm knocking on your door. It's Monday, Mr. Ben Khan. What about hooking up with Amazon, doing like a Kindle version, but it's like Playboy branded. So you have, and it has like the package, like, look, what if you had all of the old, episodes? Not episodes.
Well, I was a little bit drunk.
Yeah, episodes, right? Yes, bud.
I was a little bit drunk. The team's body was and then somebody did this happen on my parents.
Oh, can I see your drawings? Yeah, those are cool, bud.
I did this one.
Oh, okay.
This one.
Very cool, bud.
Oops.
Can I? Here, I'll show. Let me show you pictures. He's doing. You got it. Shout out to Barnes and Noble. We went to Barnes and Noble. It was like overload. It was like almost too much
And I
stuff.
did this one.
Okay, good job.
And I did this one. I did this one. A smile like this. And this.
Good job, Bubba.
And this one's got a C. And I did this one. And then this one was, and then I did this one, and this one did not match, and this one did not match too.
Very cool.
And this one was orange, and this one matched. So it's 31. I did that in Mommy's room. And I did this one in Mommy's room too.
Very cool, Bub.
And my other.
Wow, you finished all of them. Great job. Oh, is that? Oh, no, you still got a little bit more. Sorry. Oh, okay.
Wait, I didn't do the maze one.
He didn't do the maze one. Okay, guys. You heard it here first. Thank you for letting me share. Shout out to Playboy. Shout out to just being comedic, trying to find comedic value. Look, this is a new thing I'm trying, okay, guys? The Robinhood, another company that I bought, a share of Petco. Okay, so like that's where I've adopted. I'm like, look, I do believe in the power of adoption. I've adopted dogs. My wife has adopted dogs. So shout out to Petco for having dog adoptions. I think that's a cool thing. I'm like, look. And then look, Aurora, I've had this for a little bit. I have 2 shares of Aurora cannabis. I don't know if look, guys, I don't know if they're the best out there. I don't know. Look, they're just on Robinhood. So I just said, you know what? People will say never to buy shares of cannabis stocks. Well, I bought 2. So there. And then that brings me to what I'm talking about. Here's my Smith & Wesson share. Okay, now as a shareholder, I'm going to knock on the door and say, look, Smith & Wesson, look, Mr. Smith, I have ideas, okay? Wilson Combat has their X9. It's a Gucci gun to the equivalent P99. So what I mean by that is it uses the same magazine. So like in the SIG world, you have the SIG GTO P210. Sorry, I have to learn all the acronyms. But the equivalent is the military, the army gun, the M9, M4. All I'm saying is you have the military gun. Good job. I see you did a great job. And then you have the Gucci version. And then the equivalent of that is the Walther P99 to the Wilson Combat's X9, right? So you have the all I'm saying is make a Gucci gun for the M&P magazine. So it's like the M&P magazine, and then make like a GTO, single action, simplest form, right? It's like, I think that's where Wilson Combat nailed it, guys. I could just say that, my personal opinion. Okay, so shout out to Smith & Wesson. Shout out to Mr. Mark Smith for being the CEO. Thank you. I really do appreciate Smith & Wesson. I feel like you guys are doing a great job over there. So, I give you guys, thumbs up. I might be buying more shares of your stock is all I'm saying. I own 1 share, but, it starts with 1 share. Look, it starts with 1 there. Full disclosure. What? Okay, market value. Oh, okay. Okay, this was a while ago, though. But look, all I'm saying, Smith & Wesson, I think, this isn't me. Look, I think they're a company I would invest in, but I don't know everyone's situation. A lot of people, everyone else out there might be saying, look, don't do it. But I'm saying, look, I'm just trying to make comedy. Shout out to that guy. Shout out to the Chinese Donald Trump. He just nails it. He does a great job. The impersonations. Okay, I'm just messing around, guys. Look, this was my stand-up hour. I love you guys. Thank you for letting me just share how I am silly. And, these are the companies that I do believe in. So shout out to Smith & Wesson. Look, I'm going to go through all the companies on here. Look, I'm like Yummy Noob. He got nothing on me. I'm like, that guy makes so much content. I'm like, how does he make so much content? I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, look, philosophy, I can make comedy about anything. I'm a philosopher. Look, everything's on the table. All right, thank you guys. I love you. Like, comment, subscribe only if you're able to do so mentally or physically. If you're not able to, look, that's life. I'm like, look, I'm not going to be upset. I'm just going to be like, look, guys, I'm trying to do my part here on YouTube. I comment. My thing now is collaborating. I love collaborating. I like take a part of someone's video. I'm like, these people are so good, so funny. So shout out to all the people out there who inspire me on YouTube. Thank you. I appreciate you. And we'll see you on the next one. Yeah, that would be okay, look. What if I had like a soapbox? I can get on it. Like, I got opinions, guys. Smith & Wesson, why don't you have a revolver that fires from the bottom cylinder? I'm like, look, guys, why is Chiappa the only company that can do that? I mean, look, I think it gives you advantages with the red dot. Then the red dot can be lower. The Picatinny rail could be on the bottom barrel, on the barrel that's on the bottom. I don't think the Chiappa Rhino, he shot me with a rubber band. All I'm saying is I don't think the Chiappa Rhino, why should they be the only gun out there that's firing from the bottom cylinder? Come on, Smith & Wesson, I'm going to at you guys on this video because I love you, I appreciate you. And I own a share in the company, and I think what if you were a company that valued all your shareholders' voices, even if it was only 1 share that the shareholder had? And I'd be like, well, thank you for making me feel special. No, but seriously, guys, that would be my. Oh, and then yeah, the M&P. Why not? Okay, the wildest idea for me, firing. So it's a 30 super carry, 10 shot, end frame. I don't know if you could fit it in all there, but what if it was counter? So maybe there was 2 barrels, and then you could stack the bullets in the cylinder in a way where it fired from one of the 2 cylinders. So every other, because then, what if you could stack the cylinder that way? Okay, I'm getting my son goldfish, but 30 super carry, 9 shot. Okay. And then if people are asking, why is this guy all into 30 super carry? Moon clips, because moon clips, guys. How are guns? You know, I moon clipped. I had certain guns, or like not certain guns, but when you take a gun and you moon clip it, you like have somebody cut the cylinder for moon clips. It changes everything, because then you could have just like a bag full of moon clips. No, as long as they don't get bent, like then you don't have to worry about like magazines and springs. I mean, yes, it's an advantage, but then also it's a disadvantage, guys. All I'm saying. So look, that's like he's on his soapbox here. He thinks that shareholders are forced to listen to him because he can buy shares of the company. People are forced to listen to him. Yes, that moon clip, a 30 super carry revolver that could fire. What if you could fit in the regular K frame? What if you could fit like an extra two rounds? I mean, that's a big deal to me. You know, I know Bill Wilson didn't want revolvers to like. You should have had a 7-shot. Look, this is how I would have fixed IDPA. They said revolver class is dying. No, because you made it too confusing. You have a 6-shot, a 7-shot, and an 8-shot class, so that you could have all the 8-shot, and then you could have a 10-shot class because there's a 10-shot 22. No, I think that's a great class for like younger. There should be, I think that IDPA could absolutely be sponsored by a state, and you know, like you could, if people thought bigger, you could be like, look, maybe we do want to have a segment of the population that's well trained, and that could be done. Like the government doesn't always have to be a failure. Is all I'm saying, guys. Thank you.